More than 2,500 years ago, the Buddha delivered a remarkable discourse known as the Satta Suriyuggamana, the Discourse on the Seven Suns. While staying at Umbapali's grove near the city of Vesali, the Buddha addressed the monks with a profound reminder. Conditioned phenomena are impermanent. Conditioned phenomena are unstable. Conditioned phenomena are unreliable. He explained that understanding this truth is enough to become disenchanted with all conditioned things, to become free from attachment, and ultimately to attain liberation. To illustrate this truth, the Buddha described the distant future of our world. He said that there would come a time when rain would no longer fall for many years, many hundreds of years, many thousands of years, and even longer. Without rain, grasses, medicinal plants, forests, and every form of vegetation would wither away until nothing remained. Then, after an unimaginably long time, a second sun would appear. With the appearance of the second sun, the small rivers and lakes would dry up and disappear. After another long period, a third sun would appear. The great rivers that once nourished civilizations would also dry up and vanish. Then a fourth sun would appear. Even the great lakes that gave birth to those mighty rivers would completely disappear. Next, the Buddha described the appearance of a fifth sun. The great ocean itself would begin to shrink. Its waters would gradually recede until only tiny pools remained. Then a sixth sun would appear. The earth and the great mountain called Sinnaru would begin to smoke, fume, and smolder, just like a potter's kiln before it bursts into flames. Finally, after another vast period of time, the seventh sun would appear. The entire earth would burst into flames. Mountains would break apart. The whole world would become a single mass of fire. After describing each stage, the Buddha repeated the same message. So impermanent are conditioned phenomena. So unstable are conditioned phenomena. So unreliable are conditioned phenomena. The purpose of this teaching was not to frighten people about the end of the world. It was to remind us that everything that arises through causes and conditions must eventually pass away. Today, more than 25 centuries later, this ancient teaching raises fascinating questions. Modern astronomy tells us that our sun is not permanent. Scientists believe that over billions of years, the sun will gradually become brighter and hotter as it ages. Long before the sun reaches the final stage of its life, Earth may become too hot to support life. The oceans could slowly evaporate. Rivers and lakes would disappear. Eventually, the surface of the Earth could become unbearably hot. Science also tells us that our Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy are slowly moving toward each other and are expected to merge billions of years from now. Although this event is not expected to create 7 suns in our sky, it reminds us that even galaxies are impermanent. Everything in the universe is changing. Scientists also know that stars travel through our galaxy over immense periods of time. The appearance of our night sky has changed throughout Earth's history and will continue to change in the future. Modern astronomy does not currently predict that 7 literal suns will appear around Earth. Yet the sequence described by the Buddha is remarkable. First, drought. Then the disappearance of small lakes. Then great rivers. Then the great lakes that feed those rivers. Then the oceans. Then a smoldering earth. Finally, a world consumed by fire. Whether this sequence is understood literally, symbolically, or in another way, it presents an extraordinary progression that invites thoughtful reflection. But the Buddha did not end the discourse with the destruction of the world. He then told the story of an ancient spiritual teacher named Sunetta. Sunetta was a great meditation teacher who had abandoned attachment to sensual pleasures. He taught many disciples, and through his practice of loving kindness he attained extraordinary rebirths. For countless ages, while worlds arose and disappeared, he continued to exist in the highest heavenly realms. He was reborn many times as the ruler of heavenly beings and many times as a great and righteous king. His lifespan and accomplishments were beyond ordinary imagination. Yet the Buddha explained that even Sunetta was still not free from birth, aging, sickness, death, sorrow, and suffering. Why? Because he had not fully realized 4 noble qualities. Noble virtue. noble concentration, noble wisdom, and noble liberation. This is the heart of the discourse. Even surviving the destruction of worlds is not liberation. Even the highest heavenly existence eventually comes to an end. The Buddha was pointing to something far greater than the fate of a planet. He was pointing to the end of suffering itself. As we reflect on this discourse today, many questions naturally arise. Could the 7 suns represent 7 stages of increasing heat and planetary destruction? Could they describe cosmic events that science has not yet discovered? Or are they a powerful illustration of the impermanent nature of all conditioned things? What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Regardless of how we interpret the 7 suns, the Buddha's message remains timeless. Mountains are impermanent. Oceans are impermanent. Stars and galaxies are impermanent. Even entire world systems are impermanent. So what can truly be relied upon? The Buddha encouraged us not to search for permanence in a changing universe, but to understand the true nature of conditioned things. Our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are impermanent. The sights we see, the sounds we hear, our thoughts, feelings, and experiences are constantly changing. This body that we care for is also impermanent. Youth changes into old age. Health changes. Strength changes. Our possessions, homes, wealth, achievements, and even our relationships are subject to change and separation. Understanding impermanence does not mean becoming hopeless. It helps us develop wisdom, appreciate life without attachment, and live with kindness and compassion. Therefore, the Buddha encouraged us to cultivate virtue, concentration, wisdom, and liberation. By understanding reality, we can discover peace beyond change. May we use this precious opportunity wisely and practice the Dhamma diligently. Please subscribe for more Buddhist teachings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering.